Welcome to Pack Studio. We are here with a special guest.
Miss Lib Diva.
We have Miss Lib Diva in the building, and we just did a nice photo shoot. But when I'm working with somebody in the Liberian community who's a media personality, a public figure, or even a celebrity, I always like to get my content and get some interviews. So she was nice to agree to sit and chat with us. So thank you very much for taking the time out. So we just want to know, do you just tell us about your journey in the Liberian industry? What made you kind of go towards this, and how did you get your start?
Oh my God. So I have been in this industry for about, I want to say 20 years plus, because I started like early 2000s doing promotion for clubs and then doing concerts as well for other nationalities before I actually branched into the Liberian entertainment industry. So I come along with a long list of accolades behind me, and I goes by. So pretty much from the LEA to the Liberian Entertainment Awards to pretty much the Swallow Awards also, that was always in Minnesota as well. So I have my hands on all of those. And of course I did try to bring few Liberian artists out here, from dance to cheese. Actually dance was like that was my doing for dance, okay? But pretty much I'm still in Minnesota. I grew older, but I'm still watching the entertainment industry, and I still have my eyes and my ears out there.
Nice. Okay, so early on, what were some challenges as far as obviously coming from Liberia to America, the changes? What were some of the struggles trying to get going in this media field?
Being African, number one, and having an accent,
Okay.
that was a huge struggle for me. But I didn't take that long to catch on and grasp onto the entertainment and culture here in America. So it actually kind of helped me, and then I started hanging out around a lot of other Africans, like the Nigerians, Ghanaians, and I started like promoting their music, and then eventually I started promoting my people music as well too. But the biggest challenge being African in America in the entertainment industry is your accent. But it's a good thing now that the industry has grown, and especially the African entertainment industry, that Americans, even if you have an accent, they can still hear you. They're not bullying you anymore.
Yeah. Do you think Afrobeat contributed to that, or did it started happening before Afrobeat?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Afrobeat played a huge part into that.
Okay.
Because now Afrobeat is it's almost like Jamaican music now.
Right.
It has taken over the world. It has even taken over Jamaican music right now.
Yeah.
When people listen to Afrobeat, sometimes they think it's the Jamaican music they're listening to. But we being African be like, no, that's not Jamaican music. That's Afrobeat. That's African.
That's true. So what do you think? Recently there was a legendary Jamaican artist that came out, and he said Afrobeat don't contribute towards the betterment of the African people. He said the music is not there's no message in the music like the Jamaican music is. So what do you think of that? Do you think there's any truth to that?
That was the Gucci, right?
Yeah.
That was the guy, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that on social media. You know what? I would give him 50% of being right and 50% of being wrong. Because it's not every Afrobeat music has a message in it. Some Afrobeat music is all about women and good times and great lifestyles and lavishing money. And some Afrobeat music is about the struggles that some artists faces coming up in the entertainment industry, or even just growing up in poverty. So he is 50% right and 50% wrong. But there's some music that do have a great message in there for people that come from poverty. And there's some music that they just sing about women, booty, and lavish money, and talk about all the stuff. So I couldn't disagree with him at all.
Okay, so we just led off on that. I couldn't deny asking you that question, because I know it's something that just came up. But we'll get back to more of the series of questions that I have for you. But how do you maintain a work-life balance? Obviously, in the field that you're in, it's you have to talk about other people's personal life. So therefore, too, your people feel like your personal life is a subject to be talked about too. So going forward, how do you balance that work life, your media life, what you talk about, and then also your personal family life?
That is a good question, because I remember 2018, 2019, my relationship plays a big front row on social media, okay? And it was everywhere. And that was my most vulnerable moment at the time. I was just angry at the world, angry at everybody. I lashed onto everybody. I was just throwing sublinks to everyone I came across me, whether they were doing, they were saying good or bad. But as time go by, 2020, 2021, I kind of moved out of Minneapolis, and kind of like readjusted myself, and I was able to see the world in a whole different eyes. And so when I moved back to Minneapolis, I had a different perspective on life and different perspective on how I want my life to go. And one of the things I decided to do was to be a mentor for other media personalities that are coming up. I have mental feel of them. Would someone give me credit or not? Maybe, maybe not. And the feeling that I also reached out to me for help, but then I became their enemies in the future, which is kind of weird, because when Liberians, social media or media personality come on the spotlight, they think the people that were there before them are their enemies. And I'm like, we're not the enemy. You actually were like, we are your role model. You model after us. We encourage you to do what you're doing. I'm not your enemy.
I think it's kind of like, I think people think like, oh, when the student becomes the teacher and then he has to outdo the teacher. But no, there's still room for, all of us.
That's the thing I don't get. So I just look at myself where I have outgrown all the negativity, and I have outgrown all the dramas and everything. So
which is good. I can honestly say I agree with that. From what I've seen, obviously I don't know you personally, but I know what you put out there as far as your work and your content. So I've seen like the different levels. You kind of have left some of like the messiness behind. You've kind of like really grown into like a beautiful media personality, and we love to see that. So by the way, I don't know if the previous people will give you your compliments, but I'm here to say we've noticed some of the changes and how you've grown, and it's beautiful to watch. So we commend you on that. So, but speaking of Liberian media, what do you think of the current state of Liberian media, and not just in Liberia? Some of the people in the U.S. that also are covering the Liberian media. What do you think of that whole media scene, especially considering when you're Liberian? Is the scene growing? Is it doing better? Is it like
it is growing, but not in the most positive directions that we expect it to. Okay. One, yes, there's a lot of blogs, but they're putting like meaningful,
accurate,
positive, there you go, content. No, but it's good that we have a lot of blogs from everywhere that is blogging about Liberian entertainment industry.
Right. Don't
get me wrong, by they putting a great content or great message or
accurate information.
No, they're not.
I'm seeing
That's the part I don't like, because you blogging and saying, for example, Rachael just bought a $1 million mansion. I don't have a $1 million mansion. I don't have $1 million. Why?
Hold on. Do they know that, or do you think they're purposely putting out wrong information? Or are they like, let's say for example, when you buy a home in America, it comes with a $250,000 tag. Our people in Africa just think, oh, well, you bought a $250,000 home. Right. They don't know the process of how. So do you think it's purposely putting out misinformation, or do you think it's just the naiveness of not knowing?
Both.
Okay.
Purposely and being naive as well. And some people also actually pay the media to put out these wrong information about it, and they kind of like the noise that come along with it, and they think it's something like, oh yeah, I'm trending,
right.
And spotlight, people talking about me, but it's in the positive way they're talking about you. You don't own a $1 million house. You don't have the new Tesla truck. You don't have it. You just take a picture next to it, but someone say you have it. And you don't check them.
They don't go on it immediately and defuse it and be like, this is not accurate.
I appreciate you, but no, thank you, I don't own that. And they just go with it and let it flow.
In a weird way, I'm kind of like, and I'm stating my opinion a little bit here, but I'm kind of like iffy on it, because I'm like, as a blogger, let's say someone in Liberia who's just trying to get off the work, they have lack of internet access, the few times, they're just trying to get something that goes. And they look at it as, it's like sometimes, even if I put out this information, it might be inaccurate, but I know our Liberian people will share it.
Yeah,
that would bring my blog attention. Yeah, so it's like, I don't feel, now the people I'm like honestly looked at as like are the ones who know the information is wrong. They have the means to afford to get the right information, or let's say they already have the audience, and they still put out the information. And
they're all copy and pasting. They're not doing research.
That's true.
Blogging is never copy and pasting.
Right.
John Brown blog carried this story about Rachael, same exact thing. You don't even go into your research, or even if you're even gonna say, okay, what she put out is correct, but you're not even trying to tweak it in your own word. You just copy and paste the exact content on that person's blog and blog about it.
And not even give them credit to
sometimes
words.
Just change the pictures.
Yeah.
Make it their own. Like, do your work as bloggers. We appreciate you guys being out there, and there's a lot of Liberian artists coming up, putting up good music every day. They reach out to me, I review that music, I give them my feedback. Some of them don't like to take, criticism well. that's okay. But if you send your music out to me, I'm definitely going to give you my feedback on what I think about the music. But they're doing good. From where we are right now, 10 years ago, we didn't even thought the Liberian entertainment industry would have grown as far as they have grown right now. From Liberia, from Europe, America, South Asia, there's Liberian artists or entertainments going on everywhere. There's Liberian music being played everywhere around the world. Would they give us credit? We started in Minneapolis, not any other states. Minneapolis started Liberian entertainment before even we were even the first Liberians to bring artists here.
I didn't even know that.
We the first person.
I didn't even know that.
We even started bringing African artists here. Nigerians started making that money in Minneapolis. Every Nigerian artist 10 years ago, if they come to Minnesota, they ain't do no concert here. That's just how powerful that we are. We just don't know the power that we have. Right. And we take it lightly, and that's what really frustrates me. Like, do you guys know how powerful you guys are? Like, if you say no, I'm not gonna listen to Afrobeat today, do you know how powerful, like, what that means?
Do you think, let's say for example, and I've seen this online a little bit as far as like, I think people saying like the Liberian DJs or what made Afrobeat what it is, or Nigerian Afrobeat to be specific. Do you think the Liberian audience really holds that much power to say, like say for example, if our DJs don't play let's say Nigerian, I'm using Nigeria, but I don't mean that, I just mean like other Afrobeats than Liberians, but do you think we have that much influence? Because people are saying like we Liberians were playing the other country Afrobeats music is what's making them popular and gaining the notoriety while our artists suffer. Do you think that's any truth to that? Okay.
No, that's not true, because we have held our DJs to the highest self-esteem as possible. Right. And I'm one of those people. When I went to events, I hosted events, I was behind DJs to play Liberian music. That's when we didn't even have the good music. That's when the music even sucked, the sound even was bad. But Liberian DJ was still playing those songs. So we are listening to Liberian music, and we are part of the Afrobeat culture right now. So if anyone's complaining, say that music is not going, you're not putting in the work, because the DJs are playing the music. If the DJs hear your song or you sent it over to them and it sounds good, they will put it in rotation. But artists are being very lazy.
Yeah.
They are not mastering or mixing the music well. They are not writing the songs well, and they're just putting crappy jobs out there, and they expect DJs or people to actually listen to that stuff and buy it. No, we're not. If we want to measure up to the rest of the world, we got to put up great content. So look, DJs are doing their job. It's few artists that are being lazy, that don't want to put work into their music or invest into themselves, which like great people lack. They don't like to invest in themselves. Everything want to go back for it. I won't put album on. I gotta go to GoFundMe on social media. I won't buy this iPhone. I want to do GoFundMe on social media. No, you have to invest in yourself. If it says you got to work for $5 per hour or tow water from Town all the way to Oro to get that money to buy that content, invest in yourself, that's what you can be doing. And I know y'all gonna hit me for this.
Yeah, and I think our people, especially our musicians, they lack the grind, I say. And listen, I work with artists all the time, so I know like the importance of like what they do and how they spent their money and all the various places they spent their money. But I feel like they suffer with like putting out content related to their music. So not just like putting out a song and then putting out 6 different pictures of you and then talking about, oh, go play my song. That's not content. How do you frame or create content around your music that people can watch? And our attention span are 5 seconds long nowadays. So you put out a song and you don't constantly create content around it, we go on to the next one. And I think our artists just kind of feel like they don't work songs no more. Like they put out a song this year and 3 months later they've forgotten it. Like I'll give an American example. Lizzo, the song that she blew up on, it popped up a year later as she put it out. Our artists give up on the songs and expect, and they don't pursue DJs. They don't send the record out to DJs that actually is in the community working events. They just send it to their homeboy who's a DJ that's gonna play for 10 people, and they think, why is this song not blowing up? Yeah, like this don't happen by magic. You gotta put in the work. And a lot of our artists don't put in the work, and they say we don't support them. But are you putting out quality for us to support, or you just assume that we as Liberians we are in debt to support you?
Yeah, we're obligated to.
Yeah, we're all personal. I'm listening to Drake 98% of the time. Yes, Liberian people, I'll be honest. I'm listening to Drake 98% of the time. You have 2% to convince me. And if you're not doing it, I'm going to go listen to better music. It is what it is. Unless you're my dad making music or something. But let's leave out like, okay, so I do have this question and I want to ask, what do you think are some of the most impactful stories you've covered over time as far as like in the Liberian community? No, we'll keep this to our Liberian people, but like, what are some stories? Obviously, we've had from the Sonic Idea Boy story to the Friday the Cell Phone Man to all the media personalities, even politics. What do you think have been some of the most impactful stories you've covered?
Dench.
Okay.
Story was very, very interesting. I was on radio, online radio a couple of years ago, and Dench, first song he ever put out was The Vets. I don't know if you ever heard that song before. The Vets was the very first song. And I broke The Vets on air.
Okay.
I was logging off and he was like, can you play my song? There was no media, trust me, there was no radio media personality in Liberia at that time. I was the only person. Nobody else ever existed. I was the only person. And he sent his song to me. I was like, I'm playing Liberian music and the people saying it's crap I'm playing and I'm trying to convince them. And then the boss sending me The Vets. Like, what the heck is The Vets? So I played it. I listened to it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play it next week. But I was like, let me just play it. So I was logging off and I was like, okay, I'm signing off. It's your girl, Miss Lib Diva. Catch me live next week. And he was like, you play my song, yo. We say you play my song. I was like, well, I'm gonna just leave you guys with this song here. It's a new joint, and I just drop it and I turn my back. My whole line was blowing off. People were calling. Who's that? Who made that song? And I was like, people really like that song? I came back again. But before, all right, let me start back. Before I dropped the song, I told him, I said, okay, I'm gonna do you this favor. If I play this song and anybody call me and start cussing me, or I'm gonna put your song off. But if we get a good feedback, I'm gonna put it in rotation. He said, okay. And he said, you know what? My career actually depends on this. If they don't like it, I'm not gonna do music anymore.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So when I played that and people actually gravitated towards it and they were calling back to back, I was shocked. He was shocked too. And I was still like communicating at that time. We didn't have, like, we had Facebook, but you didn't have like live Facebook. So you wouldn't message people. So, and I was like, are you listening? He's like, I'm listening. People are calling in. Who's that person? Who's that person? And the next day, The Vets blew up on social media. Everybody was into The Vets. And next thing we know, I'm like, we need to put on merchandise. We started putting on t-shirts, sweater, hats, The Vets. Every little jargon from the songs, when it blew, it went viral. This is how Dench was actually born. And before that, Dench was making music, but it wasn't going anywhere. But The Vets blew up, and that's how we were able to hear about who Dench is, what he does for a living. And that's what I said, they don't give me my credit for what I do for the industry. They really don't at all. And two, I was the reason why Dench actually became concert.
Sometimes you gotta toot your own horn.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's like breaking what I'm doing sometimes, but sometimes I say I earn my bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? I do earn it. But I was the one that was responsible for Dench to come in concert here. Will he give me my credit? No, he wouldn't give me my credit. I brought Dench here in Minneapolis. The first and the second time, I was the one who brought Dench here. But I'm happy for him though. I'm actually happy. I was happy that all the nationalities were able to actually listen to our colloquia. I have a Nigerian friend, his favorite song from Dench is Kema. I don't know why he likes about Kema. He loves Kema. It's his favorite song from Dench ever is Kema.
Nice. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
So.
Listen, man. Sometimes, like, if people don't give you your own flowers, sometimes you gotta go to the garden and pick it yourself and present it to yourself. Listen, somebody gotta do it. But no, that's nice. That's a beautiful story. Because even I didn't know how an artist like Dench broke. You know, like because. And that goes into what we said earlier about working the record. He could have put that song out by himself and just comfortably thought, okay, well, it will do fine. And it probably wouldn't have. But because he was able to, like, find you or somehow get in contact with you and present the record to you, that's how the record blew up. So, but we're wrapping up here. I got one more question, and then we'll get into the real juicy conversation. So the last question I will ask you is, what are some of your favorite media personalities, especially in our community? You know, you talk about the people that don't give you the credit that you help kind of nurture coming up. Who would you say right now in the community are people you are proud of their work, or let's say you like their work? Just who are some of your favorite media personalities going on?
I would say see like the work lady Bernice, because I brought Bernice in the industry too. It was because of me that Bernice is actually doing what she's doing. Bernice was actually stationed, I want to say Japan or something, somewhere in Asia she was stationed, and I was on radio at that time. And Bernice was actually listening to me at that time. And Bernice used to call into my show all the time, listen to new songs from me all the time when I was on radio as well too. So, and then she started asking me questions about the industry because Bernice was so feverish. She wanted to get into the industry. She wanted to know what were we doing. And again, like I said, Minneapolis was the gateway for all African music, not just Liberian music. So she saw what we're doing there. She reached out to me. She's like, I love what you guys are doing over there. How can I be part of this? And she's like, first thing she wanted to be part of the LDA. I linked her up with the LDA. She became part of the LDA. Then she started blogging. She was in Corsi like Brooklyn Fresh. She started blogging. First she started doing magazines. She featured only Liberian personality in America, in Minnesota. And I was on the cover. Then she went on to blogging. So back in the days, was only Bernice and Liberian Star Views was the two people. But Liberian Star Views was doing her thing, but she was only doing it for Nigerians because at that time she had a Nigerian fiance at that time. So she was putting more of that content out. She wasn't putting content for us. So Bernice was the one that actually started paying attention to Liberian, music industry. She was like, why are you not blogging? I'm like, no, I'm not a blogger. I don't like blogging. I like interview. I like one-on-one to hear from the artist and really get their train of thought. So I'm not a writer, you're a writer, so you do that. So I'm very proud of seeing Liberia Lady Bernice or how far she has come because she's one person I wanted to learn and she got with the right people, asked the right questions, and today see Liberia Lady have what? 300 or 400K followers right now on social media, so she's doing great.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Okay, great. Okay, now we're gonna get into the real G's. Well, it's not G's. I take that back. I take it back.
Okay,
But
bring it.
I have some people. We're just gonna do this or that. You know, just I'm gonna kill two people, and I need you. You can't. I don't want no middle ground. Oh, I like this. Or no. I need you to decide and go one way, one or the other. Okay. So we'll start this, and you can say why if you want to. If you don't want to say why, we just move on to the next one. Okay.
Okay.
The first one is CIC or Panto.
CIC.
CIC. Okay.
Absolutely CIC. That's my boo. That's my babe. I love CIC to death.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to CIC on this one.
Yeah.
The next one is Angel Michael or Triple G.
I don't know who Triple G is.
Triple G is the white guy.
GGG.
GGG. I call him Triple G, but GGG, the German giant Jenna. And we're considering because he's making Liberian comics.
That's true.
Okay,
I still rock with Angel Michael.
Angel Michael. Okay. I like that. Next one is Bucky Raw or Christopher.
Bucky Raw. I'm from Nima County, okay? Shout out to Nima.
Okay.
Pretty much, that's my Nima County bro.
Okay, we're going Bucky Raw on this one. The next one's a little politics. We'll go Yeka Koluba or Henry Costa.
I'm not a fan of Yeka Koluba, but I met him because he's a very astonishing individual, I would tell you.
Who, Henry?
I met him. I interviewed him before the LDA. I actually have that tape. I interviewed before he even blew up like this when he started radio. But
okay.
I like him.
So we're going Henry Costa on this one?
Henry Costa.
Okay. I got another one for you. Rich Goon or LIB Foreign?
What? Let's
go, come on. No middle ground, you gotta pick a side. Rich Goon or LIB Foreign?
Okay, see, y'all put me in the tough spot because LIB Foreign, apparently I heard that he was my distant cousin. I rock with Rich Goon.
Okay.
He's from Minneapolis, my city, and I listen to his music all the time. Then I listen to LIB Foreign.
Okay.
So I only heard a few tracks from LIB Foreign. But the reason why I'm going with Rich Goon is this. I'm not really a big rap fan, but I like any rap music that can make me dance to it and make me move. And because Rich Goon music has a little hack to it that can make me move, even I don't even care about the lyrics, but some of the hook can really make me move and the instrumental. So I will go Rich Goon.
Nice. Okay. Next one we have MC Carol or X10.
Whoo! MC Carol.
MC Carol.
MC Carol got some lyrics. She got some lines. She got some flow. Oh my God.
Okay. The next one is Kobasi or Eric Giesel.
You know my mom from Grand G, come there, exactly with Eric Giesel.
Okay. Going with our Grand G that people on that one. Okay. The next one is Dench or 2C.
Oh, Dench is a hit nigga. You can't put Dench with 2C. Dench got more than 10 hits. 2C maybe even reach 5 hits. There's no comparison over there. Dench got a record of like this much hit that we can listen to the parties. I mean, what's his name? What's the other guy?
2C?
2C probably have like this much. They're just like, here, no.
Okay. The next one is Giselle Magazine or See Liberia Clearly.
See Liberia Clearly. The Giselle Magazine still working its way up. Because I mean, if you just look at the algorithm of See Liberia Clearly, if they drop any story, it goes viral like that. Giselle is still struggling to have a story go viral. So that would be the reason why we'll go with See Liberia Clearly.
Okay. And for the last one here, we have Charlotte Roberts or Jessica Jerry. I think Jessica is everything Liberia.
Oh, with media personality?
As far as like on the hot take, on who's giving a better hot take. The other person I wanted to put here is Charlotte Roberts versus what's the guy that I don't know his name, but the guy that's I think he's trans.
Right.
Yeah. Which one?
Okay, so is it for content creating or for media personality?
I don't think both of these people create. I guess Charlotte Roberts does create live content, but I mean, as far as like hot takes, giving the people what they want, Facebook drama, all of that. This is the last category. Who's more dramatic, Charlotte Roberts or I guess?
I don't really see the drama between that they bring Charlotte Roberts and Jessica. I think it's mostly personal.
Right.
You know, so I don't really see like when you see like the drama, like people guess the drama and they put it out there. And here's my thing: when it comes to like media personality and drama, you bring the drama, you present it, you stay away from it. Right. That's how I see it. Right. But where you make it personal and you suck yourself into it, and then you take one side versus the other, then you're not a media person. Then you make it personal about yourself.
Right.
So that's why most Liberian media personalities struggles with, because they don't know how to be just neutral and just put a story out there and just leave it as it is. And let the other people come and be combative with you, like, oh, this is lie. Where you take it from? That's not true. We're saying like that. This is a story. I'm just here to break it. You can take it or leave it as it is. So I don't think they are personality, but creating content, I will give it up to Robert. I'm telling you, he's a great content creator. I'll give it up to him.
So that's who the answer actually is.
Yes,
it's Robert.
I will
Okay.
go with Robert. Robert
Okay.
great content.
Okay.
So that's
because that's who I wanted to compare to, but I just think that it was fair because I'm like I didn't know too much about him, so I didn't want to put him against Charlotte Roberts. But that's who I would really want to do the verses.
He's great content. Like me, I don't do the drama.
So if it's sorry to cut you off. So if it's I just want to make sure we get a firm answer for you for the video. So if it's Charlotte Roberts or Robert, the guy, it's
Robert.
It's Robert. Okay.
Robert. Absolutely.
Okay.
The reason why I like him when he just be himself and not sucking into the drama he versus this person. He just making a little content here and there, just showing his stuff where it's really fun to watch. Like when he dresses up like woman and put up makeup, I'm like laughing. I was just like my friend. I was just looking at one of his videos or pictures yesterday, and I could not stop laughing. But it's just funny when he put those. Just put in imagine just putting a picture, but just your pictures alone giving that much reaction. That's a great content creator right there.
That's facts. That's facts.
Nothing at all. So that's what I give it to him.
And that's when it's as someone in the media field. I think that's when you reach your peak when, in a weird way, you pretty much become the content.
See, there you go. That's a little bit what it is.
Anything he puts out kind of becomes content for other people to talk about. So,
thank you. And they taking little clips from there and they're sharing it, and that clip's going viral also too. Can you imagine that? You take clip from a 4K view and then that little clip turns into a 10K view. That's content, and you're not even cursing anybody. You just being yourself and you just creating like your own space, and that's what I do now. I just create my own content based on what I do for a living or what I do at home.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. What I do. I don't have to crush nobody. I don't have to get into take for talk with no one, because like what is the point of doing that? I learned not to argue with people on social media, because the first thing I do when you be combating on my post, I go and check with your page. And I look at the first 5 people, I'm like, it's not worth my time. This is not worth my time. Like, this person just have data. They just refill that data for $5, and they just want to make sure. So I'm like, no, this is a waste of my time. Right. But when I look at it, when you're on my level, then I can school you on what I know, and you can school me on what you.
So I could gain something from you.
Thank
and
you.
gain
Then I can be like,
something
okay, this is the reason why I put this, because this is what I found out. And then you can come and be combative and say, no, but I read about this and this is what I found out. When you want to argue with someone on social media, bring your stats and your facts. Don't come with they say. Like, bring people that do they say, and that's why I don't argue with them. Because all their story are all they say. Do you have factual evidence? No. You have all of these bloggers and media personality in Liberia. All of these stories come from Liberia. Why are you guys not on ground to get the actual facts? Why are you waiting for someone to put it out here, create their own story, and then you redo it and make it a story? You're out there. Y'all want to be a social media content creator or media personality? You have iPhones. Go out there. iPhones take great content now. You don't even need a $2,000 camera. Of Horses on Fire would go to interview those people. How did it start? But they'll be right there. Oh, the Horses on Fire. Oh, my people. Well, the point. Like, take content. Ask people around it. Ask them questions. That's how you become a media personality. Some people didn't even go to school for that stuff. Even in Nigeria, you see these skit creator, they train to go to school for that. But they perfect their craft every day. They're implementing it, they're improvising it, they're putting more and more into what they're doing. Our content creators are not putting into it.
I think a lot of people are just afraid to like start and not be quote unquote all professionally there. They want to be the perfect start.
Yeah.
Nah, you just got to start.
And because you know another thing too? Because they criticize people that are doing it already too. So when you criticize someone, you gotta put up the best to beat that person. Because you're seeing that person is not the best. You're seeing that their work is crap. But what is yours?
Yeah.
And then so you can't put up to meet up with that person when you see their content is crap. So that's why like hindering the industry that we're not growing, that we're not seeing so much content from them.
Right. Okay. Thank you. This has been great questioning. I got one more for you, and then I'll let you get out of here. The last question I have for you is like a double question, but what's next for Liberian Media? First question I want you to answer, and then the second question is what's next for Lib Diva, Miss Rachael. But first, I want you, what's next for Liberian Media? What does Liberian Media need to do, or where do it need to go?
I think we need to have a union, okay? The media need to have a union, and that union needs to have subgroups underneath it. For example, you can do skit or content creators here, you can do talk shows here, you can do, like different comedians here and there. So they have to create this avenue where everybody can get a revenue from what they do, okay? And it starts from us here. We tried working that and they thought they could do it back there. They cannot. For example, Facebook and all the other media are paying content creators now. Liberians are not even, we're not even there. They're paying Ghana, they're paying Nigeria, they're paying Sierra Leone, they're paying all the other Kenya, they're getting paid now. But Liberia are not there because instead of them looking forward to us here to create that, where they can all get paid 5 cents, 10 cents for little content you put out there, they don't want to do that. And so because we don't want to work together, it becomes hard because everybody want to do their own thing. So most people are not even verified in Liberia to, get money from social media. But other people are verified here to do it. So I think if we create a union with all these bodies of people, and I don't say have president, vice president, you can just have full members, because people, when you give a small little power at and they put overused it. But just have the board members, and then each of these subtitles I just listed can send one of that person to represent it as a board, and one of the board members on the board that can make decisions on how do they get paid, how often do they get paid, how do they even reach the standard of getting paid on these social media platforms. That's what they need to do. As far as what I have in store, I am still working to relaunch my talk show. I'm going to be doing it from the comfort of my home. So I'm 85 to 90% done with everything. I just need one more piece of work to add to it because I started my podcast already on iTunes because I have my own stations on iTunes because I want to do it really professional and global. So I'm not doing it just for Liberians here and just Liberians or Minnesotans here. So I want people to listen to my show when they in their car.
Your podcast not going to be on Facebook Live?
No, not Facebook Live. So it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on, I'll put a little clip on IG and put a little clip on Facebook, but you want to watch the whole thing, YouTube, and you want to listen to it, don't want to watch it on YouTube, you can, put it up on your station. If you have iPhones, I have my station right there as well too. So I'm trying to connect those all in one so that when it's live, everyone else have access to it. So I don't want it to be, oh, it's live on Facebook today, but tomorrow it'll be available on YouTube. I want everything all at once. So I'm working with this media person that is building that platform all together along with my website, that everything is linked all in one together. So that's where we are right now. But as far as the space, the camera wise, I have everything set up, but I want to get paid from all of those platforms. So that is the reason why I haven't gone there yet. But hopefully before the end of this year, I should be able to put up my first interviews. I have few artists that are lined up, and my interview is going to be actual entertainers. Okay, it's going to be actual entertainers, not just anybody that just have 1K followers on Facebook. All of a sudden, the tina arrived and they're worth it to be on my seat. No, you're not sitting in my couch until I see your accolade of work, which you have put into the industry that actually qualifies you to sit on my couch and get granted an interview for Miss Liberian Media. So it's going to be actual entertainers that have put in work or are putting in work that's going to sit on my couch to get a one-on-one interview with me.
All right.
Yes.
There you have it, man. That's the Lib Diva. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time out to sit down and talk with us. It's been a beautiful shoot. Can't wait to see the photos, and look forward to hearing more and seeing more from you as far as Liberian Media. And just keep going, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the work that you do, and look forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I haven't done one in a long time, like 3 or 4 years. So you just put me on the spot. So
Got to. For sure. It's an honor. Thank you very much. Nice, man.